Running and growing a small business has never been easy, and the ongoing public health crisis has presented a new set of challenges, from rapidly declining retail sales to a growing need for a strong digital presence. That's why it's always a delight to share success stories, especially when it's a company run by a woman. Neetu Godara is the co-founder and chief growth officer of LITE Vodka, a Canadian company that has weathered the COVID storm and is a prime example of a homegrown company that has prioritized their people as a foundation for their growth, believing that you're only as good as your team. Welcome to the show, Neetu.
Thank you so much for having me.
So I'm a big fan of SoCIAL. Just going to put that out there. It was my cooler of choice all summer long.
Awesome.
So how has SoCIAL been navigating through COVID?
Yeah, it's been like for all of us, it's a roller coaster with lots of things changing at the last minute. We're lucky in a lot of ways. I mean, things that changed were really, the way we typically get our brand out there is, getting people to try it. So being at beer festivals and events and concerts and all sorts of places. So, our marketing plan completely shifted and we had to find new ways to tell people about our products. Of course, we know, for much of the summer, our sales team couldn't go into stores. There's a lot of curbside pickup happening. You couldn't have people out there selling your products. So lots of changes. I will say one thing COVID has not stopped is that all of us Canadians kicking back at home and enjoying a drink or two. So in that way, we're lucky in that, that part of the economy hasn't really stopped. So we've been a benefactor of people eating and drinking at home, of course, more because they're purchasing their groceries and alcohol and bringing it home to enjoy. But we've had to kind of navigate the changes in how we get the word out and figure out how to sell our products. That's really been what we've been focused on as we navigate the pandemic.
So, but SoCIAL is, you have a big market share of in the LCBO. So what is it that draws people to your product, do you think?
Yeah, we were actually, it's pretty crazy. Like Dan, Kevin, and I started SoCIAL 6 years ago, and it really is one of those Canadian stories. It started in our kitchen. We started mixing drinks for our friends and family, and we had this idea of vodka sodas with no sugar, no sweetener, 80 calories a can, clean ingredients. And the reason was because that's what we drink. Like when I went out to the bar with my girlfriends, I would have vodka soda. When I, and then when I went camping and needed something out of a cooler, there was really nothing I liked. And so the idea happened really organically because we wanted it for ourselves. And I think that's why people are drawn to it. We're not the only people who are looking to, we still want to be social and enjoy a few drinks, but we don't want to throw away the lifestyle that we carry on all week, which is we're all trying to watch what we eat, have less sugar, have less artificial stuff in our bodies. And I think that's why people are drawn to it. It gives them a really delicious drink that they can enjoy and they don't feel like they're sacrificing kind of that fit, active, healthy lifestyle.
Yeah, and it's really been interesting to watch the shift in the marketplace. You and I were talking earlier. I remember meeting you in the early days of SoCIAL at an event and watching the shift in the cooler market in the LCBO over the last few years has been really interesting. Seeing it go from that super sugary, hyper sweet drink to these no sugary drinks, like non-sugary, which is great. But your sales have been increased 77% over the last year. That's just crazy. So what are your plans now as we head into 2021?
You know what? I think if anything, what Canadians have shown the LCBO and the liquor stores across the country is that people want drinks without sugar. People want better for you innovation. They still want to drink, but they don't want when they pick up a can for it to be full of stuff. So we're going to, our goal as a small Canadian company is we want to be the leader in better for you innovation and drinks. And we want to keep bringing Canadians like more options. So we're really excited about, you can keep an eye out for not only more flavors of our vodka sodas hitting shelves in the spring, but we're branching out and going to have more better for you drink options. But our promise is that we always will have, complete transparency of what's in our drink. So we were one of the first to put these labels and ingredients right on our cans. You don't have to in alcohol. And we really, pride ourselves in that. And we're going to keep bringing out clean, low, no sugar, low, no carb kind of products for people.
Okay. So let's shift the conversation just a little bit. We have about a minute left here. You are in a largely male dominated industry. So as a woman, what's been the biggest hurdle you've had to overcome in the alcohol industry?
You know, I always like to say I've never really navigated my career thinking of myself as a woman, I guess, but I think the most important thing I can say is you really have to find your voice at the table. You have to, there's a lot of strong voices, and it is, you know, like in any category, if you're going to try to sell yourself, you have to be assertive. And I think that's part of the battle, is going into any room with the confidence that you know, have the right to be there, and, you know, making sure that for our business, you know, it's my job to make sure we drive the agenda forward, and to make my voice heard as part of, you know, part of the team.
Okay, wonderful. So if, people know where they can find SoCIALite, obviously, to buy it, but if they want to follow along, where can they find you online?
Yeah, Instagram, Facebook, just search SoCIALite Vodka, socialitevodka.com, and in liquor stores across the country is where you can find us if you want to taste it.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me today. I wish you continued success.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.